What's up guys, it's Jamey. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving my review of the Beats Studio Buds after using them for a few weeks. So I ended up ordering each of the three colors of the Beats Studio Buds just so I can get a feeling of how they all look in person so I can see which color I actually like better. On my unboxing video, I did say that I like the white better. That still is my thought to this day. I think that the white matte color ends up looking a little bit better, gives it a little bit more of a higher end look and feel versus kind of more of a plasticky look in the red and the black. I really wanted to put these through the paces on what I would normally use my either AirPods Pro or my PowerBeats Pro. So throughout the day, I'm using them for different calls, listening to music, but then also running and while at the gym. So I wanted to use these in each of these different scenarios so I can get a good overall feel of these and get a good recommendation for someone else that might be looking to purchase. So looking at some of the things that I actually really liked about the Beats Studio Buds is first, the overall fit. Now I was a little concerned because of the design of the earbuds and not having either a hook around or not having something that hangs down like the AirPods Pro. My experience with other earbuds that just kind of sit in a little bit is that in my ear shape they either start to hurt after a while or they don't fit in all that well. And I actually had a completely different experience with the Beats Studio Buds. So from a fit perspective, when running, working out, using them throughout the entire day, I had no real issue with fit. When I use my AirPods Pro when I'm at the gym and running, I find that I often have to reposition and push them a little bit further in my ears. They will slowly start to slip out a little bit. I thought I was going to experience that same situation with the Beats Studio Buds, but it didn't happen to me at all. So I was very, very impressed with the overall fit in my ears, as well as the fact that over prolonged use throughout an entire day, I'm always on calls, I'm always listening to something, and I'm at the gym, so I have headphones or earbuds in my ears throughout the majority of the day, and I did not have any ear fatigue. Now, a disclaimer is that this is 100% person dependent. Everyone's ear shape, whether inside, outside, is completely different, and so this is something that you're just going to have to experience yourself. This is my own experience. It is not fact. It is just opinion. It is person to person dependent. Another thing that I really liked about the Beats Studio Buds that I didn't anticipate was just the volume. I found that compared to my AirPods Pro, I found the Beats Studio Buds would get much louder. I also found that it was a little bit more bassy than what I'm used to with my AirPods Pro. Now, I do find that depending upon like the music source that I'm listening to, sometimes my AirPods Pro are a little bit too quiet and I find that I'm maxing out the volume. I didn't really have that experience at all with the Beats Studio Buds. I didn't really max out the volume at all. I did find that maybe in maxed out volume scenarios that there would be a little bit of distortion that I don't experience in the AirPods Pro. But having that ability to get a little bit louder, I think is definitely beneficial for me because there are times where I'm using my AirPods Pro and they are just not quiet enough to really kind of get you in the zone and really get you focused on what it is that you're listening to. Like I mentioned, I did find the Beats Studio Buds to be a little bit more bassy. So if that is something that you are interested in, I think that you would like it. I didn't find it to be like too much or overly bassy to where it was annoying. I think it was a good amount depending upon the kind of music you're listening to. So depending upon who you are and what you like, you could find that to be either a pro or a con. For myself, in this instance, I found it to be of benefit. So moving on to a couple things that I felt a little bit short with the Studio Buds. The first thing is just looking at the active noise canceling and the transparency mode. When I compare this to the AirPods Pro, when you look at like active noise canceling, there's no comparison. The AirPods Pro do a much better job at the noise canceling component. I honestly couldn't really tell much of a difference between when it was in active noise canceling and transparency mode. And I'm not sure exactly how, like, what is creating that difference, but that's where I found that in terms of these earbuds themselves, this was the biggest downfall. I think it's truly impressive, the noise canceling versus transparency that occurs with the AirPods Pro. It's one of the things that I love the most about them, and I was excited that technology was going to be in the Studio Buds, but I think that it fell short. I think that realistically, it was hard for me to tell, like, without hearing like the noise notifications, it was hard for me to know if I was in transparency mode or if it was a noise canceling. When you have the different modes on in your AirPods Pro, there's no way you're not going to be able to tell the difference. It is tremendous. So I'm not sure if that's looked at as a downfall with these, or just more so highlighting like how well that technology works in the AirPods Pro. So another thing that I found to be a little bit annoying in extended use of these, that I think that once you get used to using like automatic ear detection, it's difficult to go away from it. So being able to pull like an AirPod Pro earbud out of your ear and have the music stop, it becomes just second nature. So when that technology goes away, which is not available in the Studio Buds, you're trying to like relearn a habit. And so that is one piece of technology that I also wish was available that I did miss when I was using the Studio Buds. So overall, I do think that the Beats Studio Buds are a good competitor. I think they give a good broad technology of volume, being something that's sporty enough for the gym, but also you can use for normal use. I think some of the technology is great, and the biggest thing is the price point. If you're looking at something in that mid-100s, I think the Beats Studio Buds are very compelling. With that being said, I don't find these to be an AirPods Pro replacement. I would see them as being more of an AirPods Pro addition. If you're someone who doesn't like to use your AirPods Pro at the gym or running, if they don't really work out well for you there, or you just don't want to get them messed up with sweat or dirt, these are good companion earbuds you could have in addition to AirPods Pro. Me personally though, I cannot see these as being a replacement. I think that if you're coming from maybe an older version of AirPods and you don't want to wait any longer to upgrade, this is definitely something that you can use as an interim or something as a replacement to an older version of AirPods. But as an AirPods Pro replacement, I just don't see that being the case. If you are someone that is very Beats loyal, when you compare the Beats Studio Buds versus the PowerBeats Pro, I have those as well, and I would go and gravitate towards the Beats Studio Buds over the PowerBeats Pro. I think from a price standpoint, they're better. I think that from looking at the size of the case, it's better. You lose a little bit in some of the technology. It doesn't have the H1 chip in it. You also lose a little bit from a battery longevity standpoint, but I do feel that the pros that you get on the Studio Buds outweigh some of that missing of technology and battery life. So if you are someone that has been holding out for an upgrade or an update to the Beats like earbud offering, I think that this is a very, very good replacement. That's all I have for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment below, let me know what you think. Also, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one.